Hey guys, it's Erin Andrews from Calm Down with Erin and Carissa. So they say you can't plan for the unexpected, but whoever said that obviously didn't know about Aflac. You probably know the Aflac Duck, but you might not know what Aflac can do for you. For example, did you know they pay cash that can help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover? If you get sick or injured, Aflac pays cash that can be put towards copays and deductibles to even non-medical expenses like rent or your mortgage payments. It's completely up to you. Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Visit aflac.com to learn more.
Having MG can make cooking difficult, but over the years, I've found some really helpful tools and tips that I'm excited to share. Hi, I'm Alicia. I think cooking should always be fun, creative, and of course, delicious. These black bean burgers are hearty, full of flavor, and MG friendly. You're gonna love them.
Check out Alicia's Black Bean Burger cooking video and other recipes full of tips and tricks for managing common MG symptoms while cooking, only at mg-united.com.
Ready? Let's cook.
We all deserve some yay in our day. So say hello to Hello. Hello makes oral and personal care products that add wonder to your routine, like a toothpaste that makes brushing fun for kids. It's called Unicorn Sparkle Toothpaste. It tastes like rainbows and sunshine, works brilliantly, and it's fun. So it's pretty much magic. And for the adults, Hello Anti-Plaque and Whitening Toothpaste, which is just as good, without the unicorns. Visit HelloProducts.com and let Hello add some everyday yay into your life.
AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt!
Shut up, heathen holder. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You serve. And Mr. Toby Tom, play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock, quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
If you missed hour 1,
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
be sure to catch it on demand.
Hump day.
Because all this stuff wasn't working.
It's hump day.
So Muse had to do it verbally.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
And it was awful.
Hump day.
So if you're the kind of person
It's hump day.
who likes to watch videos of train wrecks on social media,
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
you will love the open to today's show.
Hump day.
And AFR On Demand is presented by Breck Golf.
It's hump day.
Book your tee time at golf.breck.org.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Thanks to Larry Holder, who was here in hour 1. U-High coach Andy Martin, who was in studio with us last hour.
It's hump day.
Ari Temkin from TuneIn, Big 12 Radio.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
And Taylor Calandro, who's here to talk booze.
Hump day.
By the way,
It's hump day.
for the person who asked about the brewery in Arkansas,
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
shout out to Joe Cormier.
Hump day.
It's Superior Bathhouse Brewery in Hot Springs.
It's hump day.
Not going to lie,
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
a brewery with the name Bathhouse in it,
Hump day.
not appetizing.
It's hump day.
You been to a bathhouse in Hot Springs?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I have not, no.
I have.
Hump day.
So a weird experience, not gonna lie.
It's hump day.
Weird. It's a weird experience. All right, let's get going. Jimmy will be here for Otter Locks in about 40 minutes from right now. My cousin got married in Hot Springs in 2006. Went up for the wedding, part of the festivities. Outdoor wedding in June, by the way.
Oh.
In Hot Springs.
That's...
Outdoor, June, Hot Springs.
Yeah, we got to clean that up.
But cousin Dana, her husband Josh, love them dearly. Seriously, some of my favorite people in the world. I would do anything for them, to support them. Love them both. Josh, incidentally, that day, they went floating, he and his groomsmen. So there's a river or something. So they just went floating. Right? They had a bottle of whatever each, and they were just on tubes and floating. And at one point, Josh just found a little sandbar and passed out. Solid. And nobody saw him do it. And so everybody gets back to the hotel, and they don't have the groom. Naturally, my cousin Dana, bride-to-be, is sitting here thinking, like, what do you mean? I mean, it's the day of her wedding, and the groom was with his groomsmen floating down a river. They all come back. He doesn't. Apparently, he just passed out on a sandbar for a little while, woke up, and just floated on down and made it to the wedding. They got married.
That is real-life hangover. Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have the groom.
I mean, without the...
Yeah, without the hard drugs. Yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know if that was there. I mean, I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah.
But...
That is real life. The hangover, though. That's crazy.
They lost the groom.
Yeah.
Literally lost the groom. I mean, that is not an embellishment. I kind of want to call Josh right now. Josh Keithley, who, by the way, Dr. Josh Keithley, Emory Medical School. My cousin Dana graduated from Duke. I mean, you want to talk about high achievers? Like, awesome, brilliant people. I love their children. They're great. I try to convince their eldest to come to LSU to play soccer. She came for camp, like some of the camp.
Okay.
But she was also considering like Stanford.
Oh, yeah. See,
they're like high overachievers.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't say overachievers, just high achievers, right? Yeah, but honest to goodness, truth, boy, what this started
great story
with the Hot Springs Brewery. But so anyway, on the day of the wedding, like it's where you go to the hot springs, the bathhouses and stuff like that. But there are awkward moments of nudity in bathhouses. It's like,
like a spa. Is that what this is? Like a bathhouse. Like that's what I mean, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. I'm picturing like a big sauna where dudes sit around in towels. Like that's what I'm picturing. Is that accurate or no?
There is that.
Okay.
There are saunas. But there's also baths.
Oh, like actual
where you're taking
bathtubs.
a bath. Yeah, with water from the hot springs and whatnot. And like there's an attendant to your bath. And it's like, no, sir.
Please don't come in here. Yeah.
I'm good. But no, it's not in here. It's in a big, large open room.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a weird thing. I mean, for some people, it might be awesome in their lane. No worries. It's just something if you're not prepared for what that is, it's a bit odd. Yeah. So when I hear Bathhouse Brewery, I'm kind of like, no, I don't like that. I'm not interested in that. No.
That's tough. Yeah.
Part of the Hot Springs wedding experience.
Yeah. That and losing the groom on a sandbar.
Had a great time, though.
We
also...
Hot Springs is apparently a lot of fun.
Also, I forgot about this. So then after the wedding, I want to get this story right. After the wedding, oh, boy. The groomsmen really did them dirty. They took a whole bunch of baby powder and put it in the AC vents. And so they did the whole thing where you put shoe polish on the just married and all the cans and everything trailing by. They did that whole thing. But when they went to go turn on the AC, like
that's good.
And I think, and Dana, my cousin told me, I think it took like years. Like as long as they had the car, they still had powder coming out of it. Like they did them dirty with that. But then after, so me and my cousin Michael and some I think of the bridesmaids. There's a group of us that we went out to like a bar club, whatever.
Got
club,
to, absolutely.
Wedding, dusk-ish wedding, or afternoon wedding to dusk thing ends. They leave, sun's going down, we go out. And I got to remember this story now in its totality, but something happened getting into the club that involved a knife. I can't remember if my cousin Michael got turned away because he had a knife, or if there was someone with a knife who got caught in the club with a knife and got summarily taken away, whatever. Hot Springs. I tell you, this was a thing. Now that I think back, it's been 20 years, 19 years. It was June. They got married on June the 10th. I don't remember this date.
Don't ask me. Yeah,
I'm trying to remember this date. I think they got married on June the 10th of 2006. So it's been 19 years. But man, I gotta brush up on the deets of the Hot Springs wedding.
Let's call the guy. I mean,
I don't mind.
I mean, we could do that 5:30 or right now. I mean, well, we're late now. We'll be late now, but
I was going to talk about LSU's biggest concern on the upcoming football season, but I got a lot of time to do that. I feel like I should call Dr. Josh Keithley.
Do we just want to cold call him?
Yeah, but
like just cold call him on air
because he's an ER doc, and so there's a real good chance that he's just answering his phone no matter what, right? If it rings,
yeah.
So, boy, that'd be funny to tell the story,
dude. That's like. I just can't get over that they lost the groom on the wedding day. Like,
lost the groom.
And
I wasn't there for that part because I worked on Friday. So the wedding was Saturday. I worked on Friday, and then when I got off work at like 6:00, we drove like through the night, whatever. I remember how long was the drive to Hot Springs? 7 hours, 8 hours, something like that. So we drove left Baton Rouge at 6, 7 o'clock at night and drove. For me, my mom, and dad, my sister, whatever, whoever was with us. And so got there at, 3, 4 in the morning, something like that. You see it?
6 hours and 44 minutes.
Okay.
So from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, 7 hours. Stops and everything. So we got there at 3, 4 in the morning, crashed for a few hours. We wake up for breakfast, whatever, and we go into the lobby of the hotel, and Dana, my cousin's there, the bride, and she's freaking out because all of the groomsmen have now come back without Josh.
Wait, what time was this, though?
This was the morning of the wedding.
Well, I know that, but... So, wait, what time did they go out?
They went out the day before.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry. I was looking up the drive to Hot Springs. I didn't hear that. Because I was like, wait a minute.
They down the river on Friday.
Yeah.
For like Friday evening. And they come back Saturday morning without the groom.
No, my God. He spent the night out there?
Yes.
Oh, we got to call this guy.
I mean, unless there are deets that I am unfamiliar with over time, but yes. Well, I woke up, went to the lobby for breakfast. This is the first I've seen my family because we got there in the middle of the night. Everybody was sleeping already.
That's the part where I came back into the story. I was like, wait a minute.
And
they
then
just went out there for a few hours?
After the club, we go back to the hotel, and because it's Arkansas, and I believe it was a dry county, and things are closed, and you can't go to a gas station and buy booze or anything like that. So my Uncle Mike had an ice chest, because he did, with beer and booze and all. And we ended up because they kicked us out of the lobby of the hotel. They were saying we were being too loud. So we went into the parking lot and proceeded to drink beers in the parking lot while he played like Simple Man and Skinner and stuff like that in his truck.
It was a dry county.
Yeah, there you go.
They, since in November of 2022 is now when you could sell alcohol. Voters approved it.
Okay.
Retail sale of alcohol.
So at the time, there was you couldn't buy booze. So I remember that correctly. And the other thing I left out, I admitted, it was a dry wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outdoors, June, Hot Springs, dry wedding.
Is that just because it was in Hot Springs County that it had to be dry?
I don't think so.
Oh, Lord. Never.
There might have been some Baptist, rivers running through it.
Maybe.
Whatever. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
sure.
But,
I've just never been to a dry wedding.
But everybody kept making their way to the parking lot during the reception.
Flasks. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
when I think about this, like, I want to see the movie is what I want to see.
It sounds like a movie.
I want to see the movie of this. This sounds like you could do a hell of a low budget, like, teen flick, like comedy.
An indie teen comedy.
Maybe like an American Pie type deal with this story. Boy, that'd be really good.
That's crazy. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna break. We're brought to you by Rouse's. You can buy booze at Rouse's. I know that much. Any of the Rouse's you go to. From sea to shining sea, or from Lake Charles to Orange Beach and points in between. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. I can confirm this for you because we're having Drew's birthday party on Saturday. And this past weekend, I went to Rouse's to buy a lot of the things like the waters and the Cokes and the chips and all the sort of stuff, and all the beers and the neutrals and all that sort of stuff. Went to Rouse's, and they got a great selection of everything you'd possibly want at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com, been local since 1960. Y'all, Rouse's, Donnie and the whole family, they're awesome. Family owned and operated, continuing to grow. Best grocery store in Baton Rouge, the best grocery store in the entire Gulf Coast. It's Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's, this feels like home. Okay, y'all, it is after further review, so we have a question to make, and I might just make this decision whenever we come back from this break, depending on how it goes. I really don't know, but we either call Dr. Josh to get him to retell the story, or I can text him and say, I can come back and I can do the LSU's biggest concern segment that I have. Or then I can text, Josh, say, hey, can you come on and we'll call him in the following segment, or we can just cold call him. What do we think?
I mean, the cold calling thing, I feel like would be hilarious for this, because if he answers, just like, hey, by the way, you're live on radio. You want to tell the story? Yeah.
Okay. I will cold call him.
All right.
I'll give you his number in the break. We'll cold call him. All right, it's AFR.
AFR.
Congratulations to my guy, Darren James. Tell you all the time about the Real Trends list, right? The Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1% of realtors in America. Well, the new list is out, and Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty, number 17 in the entire United States of America among medium teams on the transaction side. Number 17 in the country. Number 1 in Louisiana in transactions. Number 2 in Louisiana in volume. How about that? You can listen to me say it every day. But y'all, the proof is in the pudding. You need to sell your home? You want the realtor that sells more homes than anybody? You want Darren James. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. Congratulations to Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Hey guys, it's Erin Andrews from Calm Down with Aaron and Carissa. They say you can't plan for the unexpected, but they probably haven't heard of Aflac. You know them as the famous duck, but Aflac is a leader in supplemental insurance. They can better prepare you for life's surprises by helping cover expenses your health insurance doesn't. Even with good health insurance, medical bills are no joke. Many people don't realize health insurance wasn't designed to cover everything, which means money set aside for essentials like rent goes towards unexpected medical bills instead. That's where Aflac comes in. They pay cash that can be used for anything you choose. Think copays, deductibles, and even non-medical expenses like gas or groceries. Without Aflac, if you're sick or injured, gaps in your coverage can come back to haunt you. With Aflac, you can better protect yourself against the unexpected and help provide you and your family with financial security and added peace of mind. You can't predict the future, but you can better prepare for it with Aflac. Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Visit Aflac.com to learn more.
You know, if you can find the joy in the small moment, life will always be that much more fun. That's what Hello's oral and personal care products are all about. They take the mundane of every day and inject it with some everyday yay. Take Hello's anti-plaque and whitening fluoride-free toothpaste, for instance. It will brighten your routine and delight your senses with a formula that's equal parts fresh, friendly, and has plaque-fighting power. Or see the difference that a whitening toothpaste powered by vitamin C can do for your smile with Hello's Vitamin C Whitening Fluoride Toothpaste. With thoughtful and fun products that can make brushing your teeth feel like a confetti-filled bathroom dance party. So say hello to happy, to making the most of every moment. Say hello to a vegan, cruelty-free, and never tested on animals toothpaste. And say so long to dyes, parabens, artificial sweeteners and flavors, and other things you can do without. Visit HelloProducts.com and let Hello add some everyday yay into your life.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there are lots of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you are. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will help solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code iHeart or go to lifelock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, this is so good. All right, so my Uncle Mike texted me. He said, shout out my Uncle Mike. He said, I'm sitting in my police unit laughing my butt off, remembering that wedding. He said, I forgot about that story. I don't know how he can forget about any of those stories.
He
goes, I forgot, but I'm still in trouble with his sister, my aunt, I'm not going to say their names, and my uncle, for getting my cousin, the younger daughter of the bride, who was of legal age, by the way. Getting her drunk in the parking lot at the hotel after we got back from the bar. That's what I was telling you. We went to the bar, came back. They wouldn't let us stay in the lobby, so we went out, and my Uncle Mike had his truck, and he had the ice chest full of beers, because of course he did. And if I'm not mistaken, I think my cousin was getting drunk on like daiquiris in a can or something like that.
Oh,
I mean, I don't even know what it was. This, I don't think she was drinking beers. I don't think so anyway. Maybe it was Zima. I don't know what was popular in '96. All right, if you're just joining us, I was supposed to
brewery.
Yeah, I'll connect the dots. Okay, I know this is a very, very random thing. We've chewed up a chunk of this hour, and I apologize for it. But we had Taylor Calandro here in hour one for Bourbon Dictionary. Someone asked about the best breweries in Missouri and Arkansas. Taylor mentioned one in Arkansas, but he couldn't remember the name. A guy texted me, said he's thinking of Hot Springs Bathhouse Breweries. And so then I started saying, Bathhouse Breweries doesn't sound like great. So I started going down the path of my cousin's wedding, 2006, in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And everybody, the whole family, all went to, like, part of the whole festivities, people went to a bathhouse. It's a thing to do in Hot Springs. They're everywhere. I had a very weird, awkward experience there. I didn't really super enjoy it. Anyway, it's got me telling the story about that wedding where the most notable thing that happened was the groom, Josh, got lost. Like he and the groomsmen went floating down a river, and they all, like the groomsmen all showed back up at the hotel the next morning without the groom. And so there was this real panic, like, did he drown? Well, it turns out Josh was drunk. He floated up on a sandbar and just passed out. Went to sleep, got up, floated the rest of the river, and found his way back.
So good.
I know. Like,
God, that is so legendary.
That's the Cliff's Notes. But then I was telling a story about the wedding, and then there was like the baby powder into the AC that all the groomsmen did, which was awful. And then we went to some really sketchy club afterwards, after the wedding. Then after the wedding, went back to the hotel. Then we're in the parking lot of the hotel, and it's a dry county. And it was a whole thing. I mean, it's like, just 20 years later, I'm still telling these stories. All right, so I was going to move on. You said we need to try to cold call Josh to see if he'll come on and tell the story. So let's call. I gave him his number. We have not texted him, so I don't know if he's going to answer. But this is Dr. Josh Keithley, who Emory Medical School, ER doctor in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Beautiful family, married to my cousin Dana, who, by the way, went to Duke and is like an international business something or other. They're, super smart, high achiever, awesome people. Josh is also a combat veteran. He served in the Army, Iraq, Afghanistan. Awesome dude. So we're going to call, and one of the funniest humans you'll ever meet in your life. Like, I don't know that I would defy anybody to meet Josh Keithley for 5 minutes and not love the guy. Like, anyway, all right. So let's call. Let's see if we can get Dr. Josh Keithley on the phone. That's not going to work yet.
There it goes.
See if he answers. All right. Man, I haven't seen Josh in a minute either. It's probably been like 2 years since I've seen him. Let's see if he answers at 225. Oh, what? Is he gonna? Oh no! Call him back!
No, what is he doing?
Call him back! He answered, call him back. Let's see. I hope he answers. Oh, answer, Josh. Answer, Josh. Answer, Josh. Answer. Josh. Josh, answer. Oh, no! He sent us a voicemail! So, should I?
Yes, text him. Now text him. Like it was us. That was us.
The first time it sounded like he answered, right?
It did. It sounded like he was in his car.
Try him one more time.
All right.
Try him one more time. If it goes a third time for the same number, maybe he'll actually answer it.
What happened there? Hold on.
Oh, the last time he texted me, he texted me rise up. That had to be after the Falcons beat the Saints.
That's disgusting.
That is his one flaw. So he's from Arkansas. He doesn't have an NFL team. When he was at school at Emory, he became a Falcons fan.
That's
just gross. I know. Calling him like 10 times.
This is what we do when guests don't answer the phone. We just blow them up.
Let's see if he answers.
Hello?
Josh! It's Matt Moscona. Don't hang up.
What's up, man?
Hey, dude. Hey, listen. You're live on the radio, okay? Don't hang up. Don't hang up.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
So, are you in the car?
I am in the car.
Why did you hang up on us twice?
I get a lot of calls, man. Baton Rouge, there's not more than one shady character in Baton Rouge.
That's true. I also thought, though, you'd see 225 and be like, okay, I got to take this call then. Okay, so this is very random, but we somehow stumbled upon live on air, the story of the night before your wedding to my wonderful, lovely cousin Dana, when you all, as I remember, went floating down a river and you went to got stuck on a sandbar and passed out or something like that, and they came back without you. Can you, from your recollection, tell this story so there are no holes that I'm missing in it?
Oh, man. Yeah, I can tell it. Now, granted, some of the story was told back to me.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I can probably get through it. So we were going to, we decided bachelor party wasn't going to go out and do anything too devious because, we're fine, upstanding gentlemen.
Sure.
And so we decided to get drunk and then come up with our plan. So as a good night always goes. So we decided to go float the river. It's a river we've floated many, many times in the past.
Okay.
And so we got out there and, the current or whatever, so the group kind of split up into two. And there was a group in front of me and a group behind me. And these were all like friends and family members and whatnot. And I somehow got in the middle of them. And I didn't want to. I was too lazy to swim up to the front and too impatient to wait for the group behind me. So I thought, I'll wait to this one part of the river where it goes around a big curve, and I'll just cross the curve and I'll wait and catch them all on the front side. And unfortunately, everything went to plan. I crossed, didn't get bit by any snakes or anything like this. This is like in the middle of the night. So I get out there and I find a nice little sandbar and I'm just waiting. And I did what people who are slightly inebriated in the middle of the night do, and I fell asleep. And I guess, time went by. And it was like daylight when I woke up. It was starting to dawn.
How big
was cracking.
How big was the sandbar?
Man, look, in my defense, I feel like the sandbar was a king-size bed size, sandbar. in a river that was maybe 20 foot wide. Like, I didn't think it was very big.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to be very obvious, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I woke up like dawn was breaking through. I decided to go ahead and float the rest of the river back down. And when I get to the pull out, I mean, you know, everyone's waiting on me, and they all like just pissed, and I have no idea why. And I start walking up the bank, and like my best friend like takes a swing at me out of nowhere, you know, like livid. And as it turns out, they thought I was just dead, and they spent the entire night drudging the river with their feet and trying to look for me. That was they were just about to call Dana to tell her that they may need to call off the wedding. They may need to change the plan.
So we drove from Baton Rouge after I got off work. So we got to the hotel like at 3 or 4 in the morning. Crashed for a few hours, woke up to go eat breakfast, and that's when everybody was coming in. But like Dana was pissed, right? So do I remember that? Like you told her that like they lost you, or somebody told her that they lost you.
So I told her. I broke tradition, and I was like, Dana, I need to talk to you. Can we go out and grab some breakfast? This is important because there may be a mutiny during the pictures. So I told her, and I think that's why she was pissed.
And then I told everybody also about how your groomsmen put like baby powder in your AC.
I got my comeuppance.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to get the baby powder out of the AC in your car?
Man, you'd have to call the next owner. I mean, I owned that car for like 4 years, and then on hot days where I really wanted to blast it, you'd still see some wisps of baby. It was actually quite pleasant because it had that smell.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a little baby powder smell. It's a really good thing.
And then, and you're just like memories every time you smell it. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like of the night that you got lost floating down a river on your wedding night. Was there?
I knew exactly where I was at.
Oh, that's true. You knew where you were, but everybody else lost you. And then
I was misplaced.
I guess. It was temporary. Like we were talking about it as I worked through this whole thing, and then what you don't know is that after the wedding, then you know this now. Like we went out, a bunch of us went out to some really shady bar and hot club in Hot Springs. There was some incident with a knife that I can't really remember. I'll have to ask Michael about. And then we went back to the hotel, and Uncle Mike was in the parking lot drinking beers because, of course, and we're like listening to Skinnerd, and I think some Jimmy Buffett drinking beers to the wee hours. This feels like you should sell the rights of this to make a movie out of this, Josh. The time is now. Doesn't this feel like if you're going to do a bad ripoff of The Hangover, that's what this is?
Oh man, yeah. We could. It could be one of those like one of those pics where it comes from everyone's point of view and it comes together at the end.
Oh, see, he's already got ideas for it. I love this so much. Hey, are you going to work? Are you going to like save people, or what are you doing?
Man, I'm actually coming home from a medical conference. So.
Medical conference. So where are you physically right now?
Right outside of Hot Springs.
Okay.
I was in Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, he found a pic. They found your picture. They put it on the screen. There it is. That's him.
Oh no.
Well, you don't have a beard in this photo. Do you have you shaved your beard?
Oh, it depends on the level of laziness that I'm experiencing that week.
That makes sense. All right. So, just because this is a sports show, are they going to fire Sam Pittman there?
Man, he's got to be on borrowed time, right?
Yeah, right.
And the question is not are they going to fire Pittman? Is what do they do with Petrino if they do?
Yeah, I mean, let's get real. They're not going to hire Bobby Petrino back to be the head coach, right?
I mean, that's what everyone thought was going to be the plan when they hired him as the OC.
And that's why fans don't get to make those decisions, right?
Well, true. Yeah, but to light a fire under Pittman and know he's got next up right behind him, right?
And then, and by the way, the Atlanta Falcons blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
Oh, man. I've become much more comfortable when we're behind in the third quarter than when we're in the bed.
All right.
That wound's never going to heal.
All right. Well, I got to go to a break now. Who dat? I'm glad you answered the phone. And go Tigers and who dat? And I'm glad you answered the phone. Give my love to Dana and the kiddos, and I hope to see y'all soon, man.
All right, man. I'll see you, man.
All right, later, bud. That's Josh Keithley. Josh married my cousin, and he starred in a real-life version of The Hangover. We're brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. Maybe we can get Dr. Josh Keithley down here to work at Our Lady of the Lake to take great care of the LSU student-athletes, the LSU students, and, of course, jokers like you and me. How about that story, Muse?
It was good.
It
was good.
And he kept rejecting the phone call as well.
Yeah.
But we were persistent.
We were. That's how you get people on the phone.
I'm glad he answered the sandbar. He crossed a sandbar and just decided to fall asleep.
That's what's so good, man.
And then
he
confessed.
Slept all night in a river.
Yeah. They thought he was gone.
Yeah.
Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU athletics. OLOLRMC.com. That's the website if you want to learn more. OLOLRMC.com/LSU. It's where you can learn more about LSU and the partnership with Our Lady of the Lake. Of course, it's such an integral part of what LSU does on the fields. Not just because of the financial commitment of being a championship health partner. Of course, the medical component of that as well, caring for the student athletes and their medical needs. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, that's why they say together we roar. The championship health partner of LSU athletics. It's Our Lady of the Lake. OLOLRMC.com/LSU. It is after further review. We're glad to have you with us here. Okay, Otter Locks is coming up. I promise when we come back, I will do the LSU football segment that I've been teasing now for 36 minutes. It's AFR.
AFR.
Major congratulations to my friends over at Duplessis Builders. Derek Duplessis and his great team recently were named one of the top 50 pool companies in America. Not in Baton Rouge, not in Louisiana. One of the top 50 pool companies in the entire United States of America by Pool and Spa News. As a matter of fact, they came in at number 26 on the list. And that is such validation for the amazing work they do and how they treat their customers. Listening, when I tell you about the workmanship warranty, the industry standard, someone builds you a pool, their workmanship warranty is 1 year. That's the industry standard. At Duplessis Builders, they offer you a 10-year workmanship warranty. They build you a beautiful pool that is designed to last, and they stand behind it. It's Duplessis Builders. Start that process today at duplessisbuilders.net. It's duplessisbuilders.net.
Hey guys, it's Erin Andrews from Calm Down with Aaron and Carissa. They say you can't plan for the unexpected, but they probably haven't heard of Aflac. You know them as the famous duck, but Aflac is a leader in supplemental insurance. They can better prepare you for life surprises by helping cover expenses your health insurance doesn't. Even with good health insurance, medical bills are no joke. Many people don't realize health insurance wasn't designed to cover everything, which means money set aside for essentials like rent goes towards unexpected medical bills instead. That's where Aflac comes in. They pay cash that can be used for anything you choose. Think copays, deductibles, and even non-medical expenses like gas or groceries. Without Aflac, if you're sick or injured, gaps in your coverage can come back to haunt you. With Aflac, you can better protect yourself against the unexpected and help provide you and your family with financial security and added peace of mind. You can't predict the future, but you can better prepare for it with Aflac. Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Visit Aflac.com to learn more.
You know, if you can find the joy in the small moment, life will always be that much more fun. That's what Hello's oral and personal care products are all about. They take the mundane of every day and inject it with some everyday yay. Take Hello's anti-plaque and whitening fluoride-free toothpaste, for instance. It will brighten your routine and delight your senses with a formula that's equal parts fresh, friendly, and has plaque-fighting power. Or see the difference that a whitening toothpaste powered by vitamin C can do for your smile with Hello's Vitamin C Whitening Fluoride Toothpaste. With thoughtful and fun products that can make brushing your teeth feel like a confetti-filled bathroom dance party. So say hello to happy, to making the most of every moment. Say hello to a vegan, cruelty-free, and never tested on animals toothpaste. and say so long to dyes, parabens, artificial sweeteners and flavors, and other things you can do without. Visit HelloProducts.com and let Hello add some everyday yay into your life.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there are lots of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you are. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will help solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code IHEART or go to lifelock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
So ESPN.com has a piece up where they list the biggest area of concern for all of the preseason top 25 teams. And for LSU, it should come as no surprise because this is the same thing that everybody is going to put out there when they talk about LSU. We're going to hear it all next week at SEC Football Media Days. It's offensive line. You lose 4 starters, including both of your 3-year starters at offensive tackle, one of whom was the 4th overall pick in the draft. 2 interior players that were seniors that started for 3 years at LSU. Yeah, I understand why that's the very natural place to go. Maybe I am completely colorblind here. I'll acknowledge, this might be one of those things, because I disagree with this, by the way. I'll tell you why in a second. But this might be one of those things where we come back at the end of the season, LSU's offensive line is really bad, and we go, man, how did you not see that at the beginning of the year? It was so obvious. You lose 4 starters. Of course it's not going to be any good. Maybe that's the case. But I really genuinely don't think so. I think last year, LSU's offensive line was, in pieces, at times, in parts, really good. They were exceptional at pass protection. And that's not only Will Campbell. Miles Frazier was actually your best, according to Pro Football Focus, your best pass protector last year. But the biggest complaint we had about the offense last year was that they couldn't run the football. LSU, a season ago, was 104th in America in rushing offense. 104th. Now, pass protecting, they get an A. They're very good. You had there were moments against Florida that weren't great, as we all remember. There were some individual moments like that weren't great. But overall, across 13 games, they were excellent pass protectors. But the running game never got off the ground in large part because you really struggled to block, conceptually to run the football. There was just a lot wrong. 104th in America. So I look at 2025 and I go, okay, Caden Durham's healthy. And remember, he had 180 carries last year. Or 140 carries, last year. And from the South Alabama game on, he played with dislocated toes and a steel plate in his shoe. So he was playing not 100%. And you got a motivated Caleb Jackson. So you got a healthy Caden Durham, who didn't even really break out for you until the South Carolina game, and then played half the season with a bum wheel. And you've got 5-star Harlan Berry, and you've got a motivated Caleb Jackson, all that stuff. Last year, your lowest rated offensive lineman was DJ Chester because he was playing out of position. Now, DJ Chester, very likely, I believe, is going to move to guard. I know he cross-trained. Braylon Moore and DJ Chester both played center in spring. I think that's the time where you try them both at different spots. But you brought Braylon Moore in to be your starting center because he is a center and DJ Chester is a guard. By DJ Chester's own admission. This offseason, when he talked about playing center and the difference with center and guard and not having to worry about the calls and snapping the football and the game being slow and all that sort of stuff. So you get a natural center, Chester, an experienced, huge man back at his natural position of guard. You bring in Josh Thompson, who's an all-conference caliber player in the Big Ten last year at Northwestern, coming in, who could play tackle or guard, but likely he's going to play guard for you. I love that interior. Don't you? I love Moore at center, Thompson, Chester at guard. I like that a lot. 3 dudes that have all been starters. Now, they haven't all played together in the same unit in those positions, but they've all been starters, all 3 of them. And then you got new tackles. So, yes, going from Will Campbell, Emory Jones, to Tyree Adams and Weston Davis, experience-wise, massive drop-off, no argument. But you've got 4 tight ends. Actually, 5 if you want to talk about Bordelon being a tackle-eligible tight end when he puts on the tight end jersey. So, be it Bauer Sharp or Tradez or Donovan Green, who actually can put his hand in the dirt and move people, like, you can give help with tight ends if you need to. You can give help with your backs protecting if you need to. And Garrett Nussmeier is really good at getting rid of the football. One of the reasons LSU's sack numbers were low last year was because Nussmeier had a really good pocket presence, know when to get rid of the ball. Now, hopefully this year he runs a little bit more, something we've all talked about a bunch. But all that to say, go back and watch the bowl film. You didn't have Campbell or Jones in the bowl game, and you gave a lot of help with your tight ends in that bowl game. Okay, do the same thing. If you get a little, things get a little hairy at times in pass protection. So I don't think the biggest area of concern, for me anyway, is offensive line. For me, it is the defensive backfield still, because you were awful at safety a year ago. It was by far the biggest glaring weakness on your team. And now you've got some older players and you brought in some transfers, but I still got to see it because that was awful last year. Now you're going from Major Burns at star to Harold Perkins. In theory, that should be a huge, huge improvement. You're going from a guy like Sage Ryan, potentially, to A.J. Halsey, who was all-conference in the Big 12 last year, but that's at Houston in the Big 12. Does it translate to the SEC? Jordan Gilbert could very well keep his starting job, or maybe Tamarcus Cooley wins a starting job, who was all-conference in the ACC. But again, at NC State, coming into the SEC, it's going to be very different. Or maybe Jordan Gilbert wins a job, or maybe Deshaun Spears steps up and wins a job. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's a gigantic question still because you're not settled there, and it was awful a year ago. And you want to extend it to cornerbacks. Zy Alexander was your best cornerback. He's gone. Mansour Delane coming in, I think is going to be awesome, but I got to see it. Ashton Stamps is still there. You got DJ Pickett coming in, PJ Woodland. So you got bodies, but I think you still got a lot of questions. I would say for me, my biggest area of concern still in this conference with the athletes, the quarterbacks, the receivers, the ability to throw the ball, get in space, your secondary's got to prove they're a lot better than they were a year ago. Talk a lot about that next week at SEC Football Media Days. Our coverage will be brought to you by Parrish Construction and Roofing. Remember, we are giving away $10,000 cash. All you got to do is sign up for a free no-obligation roofing inspection at parrishbuilt.com, parrishbuilt.com. Our coverage is presented by Parrish Construction and Roofing from SEC Football Media Days next week in Atlanta. All right, final break. Otter Locks next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, title sponsor of our Hump Day shows all throughout the year. YourGoodwood.com, YourGoodwood.com. Yes, they do ED treatments. Got ED, you need help. Not just pills, all different types of treatments. They got them for you. YourGoodwood.com. But it's so much more than just ED. Hormone replacement therapy is a massive part of what they do. Every single human, I don't care who you are, every one of us, as we age, our bodies produce less of the hormones that contribute to how we feel. How our quality of sleep at night, our energy levels, our libido, our ability to burn fat, our ability to build muscle, all of that. As we age, our bodies produce less of it. Hormone replacement therapy could be immensely helpful, not just for your overall health, your mental clarity, cognitive function, your quality of life. Learn more. A simple blood test could set you on that path. YourGoodWood.com. Visit them online, YourGoodWood.com.
Hey guys, it's Erin Andrews from Calm Down with Erin and Carissa. They say you can't plan for the unexpected, but they probably haven't heard of Aflac. You know them as the famous duck, but Aflac is a leader in supplemental insurance. They can better prepare you for life surprises by helping cover expenses your health insurance doesn't. Even with good health insurance, medical bills are no joke. Many people don't realize health insurance wasn't designed to cover everything, which means money set aside for essentials like rent goes towards unexpected medical bills instead. That's where Aflac comes in. They pay cash that can be used for anything you choose. Think copays, deductibles, and even non-medical expenses like gas or groceries. Without Aflac, if you're sick or injured, gaps in your coverage can come back to haunt you. With Aflac, you can better protect yourself against the unexpected and help provide you and your family with financial security and added peace of mind. You can't predict the future, but you can better prepare for it with Aflac. Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Visit Aflac.com to learn more.
You know, if you can find the joy in the small moment, life will always be that much more fun. That's what Hello's oral and personal care products are all about. They take the mundane of every day and inject it with some everyday yay. Take Hello's anti-plaque and whitening fluoride-free toothpaste, for instance. It will brighten your routine and delight your senses with a formula that's equal parts fresh, friendly, and has plaque-fighting power. Or see the difference that a whitening toothpaste powered by vitamin C can do for your smile with Hello's Vitamin C Whitening Fluoride Toothpaste. With thoughtful and fun products that can make brushing your teeth feel like a confetti-filled bathroom dance party. So say hello to happy, to making the most of every moment. Say hello to a vegan, cruelty-free, and never tested on animals toothpaste. And say so long to dyes, parabens, artificial sweeteners and flavors, and other things you can do without. Visit HelloProducts.com and let Hello add some everyday yay into your life.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there are lots of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you are. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will help solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code iHeart or go to lifelock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit YourGoodWood.com.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on this Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. One thing left to do, find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter, how are you?
Doing good, Matthew. 3-2 night last night. So
winning night, brother. I'll take it every single day. Profitable night.
Yes, indeed. Let's get to it. In Cincinnati, they got smoked last night. Fishman playing a little bit better. In former Cy Young Award winner on the hill for them today, but he is not what he used to be. Alcantara has been getting hit hard. One of the best pitchers. We've taken him quite a few times on this show. We're going to take Abbott and the Reds at home. Minus 144 was what it was earlier today.
Okay. Reds on the money line.
Seattle against the Yankees. The Yankees put it on them last night after the rain delay. But first-timer here, not sure about that against the Seattle team. We're going to take the Mariners plus 128 against the Yankees.
All right. Seattle.
And then I know it's just a throw-in, but Boston, I mean, it's crazy. But we'll throw it in a parlay. Lucas Giolito had a rough start earlier this year, but, man, he has really been pitching well. He put it He put it on the Nationals over the 4th of July, and now we're going to go back at him again against the worst team and in their worst pitcher in Cincinnati. So, but we got to hook him up with something. We're going to go back to San Diego. 1-0 last night victory for the Padres at home in Petco. We hook him up. It was plus 111 was what it paid when we put it out on the website.
All right. So we got the Reds on the money line, Seattle on the money line, and a Red Sox Padres money line parlay. Where are you tomorrow, Otter?
We're at the original walk-ons, myself, Rohan Davey, and Max Gotro. We're going to be watching the first round. That starts late tonight. And then we got Paul Stone from Big 12 Media Days in Texas, and hockey picks from Carlucci. Hockey's over.
All right, Otter, we appreciate it. Good luck. We'll do it tomorrow.
All right, good luck.
We'll see you. That's Jimmy Ott. It's after further review. Congratulations to Brandon Holly and the gang over at Relief Windows. Yesterday, I learned Relief Windows opened their doors on July the 8th, 17 years ago. So I'll never forget it again. July 8th is my birthday. So July 8th, Relief Windows and AFR, me. We share a birthday. So congrats to Brandon Holly, Adrian Holly, and the gang on 17 years in business and many, many more. Windows, doors, siding, they do shutters as well. And they're just the best. Will never be the cheapest, I promise you that. If you're just shopping price, don't call Relief Windows. But if you want the best quality windows, the best customer service experience, they're the only call. It's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. All right, it's going to do it for us. Muse, Paulie, thanks. Y'all have an awesome, awesome day. We'll see you for Thursday edition of AFR. Peace.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about First South Farm Credit. Always encourage you to go to firstsouthland.com. Your first call, of course, should be to First South Farm Credit. Firstsouthland.com. That's the website. Of course, summer, this is the best time to prep those summer food plots. So if you want to buy that hunting property, you want to bring in the deer now, you want to build your deer stands now, you don't want to do it right before hunting season. So now is the time to call our friends at First South Farm Credit. It's not just agriculture. Of course, a ton of their business is agriculture. People need 1,000 acres for farming, whatever it may be. But it's so much more. Maybe you live in New Orleans. You want to move to the North Shore, have the city work life, but have the rural home life there. 100 acres in Tangipahoa, you could do it. They got an office right there in Amite. And of course, as a landowner, there's so many tax benefits. Ask your CPA about the benefits of owning recreational timberland, and First South Farm Credit can help. FirstSouthland.com.
Hey guys, it's Erin Andrews from Calm Down with Aaron and Carissa. They say you can't plan for the unexpected, but they probably haven't heard of Aflac. You know them as the famous duck, but Aflac is a leader in supplemental insurance. They can better prepare you for life surprises by helping cover expenses your health insurance doesn't. Even with good health insurance, medical bills are no joke. Many people don't realize health insurance wasn't designed to cover everything, which means money set aside for essentials like rent goes towards unexpected medical bills instead. That's where Aflac comes in. They pay cash that can be used for anything you choose. Think copays, deductibles, and even non-medical expenses like gas or groceries. Without Aflac, if you're sick or injured, gaps in your coverage can come back to haunt you. With Aflac, you can better protect yourself against the unexpected and help provide you and your family with financial security and added peace of mind. You can't predict the future, but you can better prepare for it with Aflac. Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Visit Aflac.com to learn more.
You know, if you can find the joy in the small moment, life will always be that much more fun. That's what Hello's oral and personal care products are all about. They take the mundane of every day and inject it with some everyday yay. Take Hello's anti-plaque and whitening fluoride-free toothpaste, for instance. It will brighten your routine and delight your senses with a formula that's equal parts fresh, friendly, and has plaque-fighting power. Or see the difference that a whitening toothpaste powered by vitamin C can do for your smile with Hello's Vitamin C Whitening Fluoride Toothpaste. With thoughtful and fun products that can make brushing your teeth feel like a confetti-filled bathroom dance party. So say hello to happy, to making the most of every moment. Say hello to a vegan, cruelty-free, and never tested on animals toothpaste. And say so long to dyes, parabens, artificial sweeteners and flavors, and other things you can do without. Visit HelloProducts.com and let Hello add some everyday yay into your life.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there are lots of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you are. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will help solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code iHeart or go to lifelock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply. You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there are lots of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you are. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will help solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code iHeart or go to lifelock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply.
Having MG can make cooking difficult, but over the years, I've found some really helpful tools and tips that I'm excited to share. Hi, I'm Alicia. I think cooking should always be fun, creative, and of course, delicious. These black bean burgers are hearty, full of flavor, and MG friendly. You're gonna love them.
Check out Alicia's Black Bean Burger cooking video and other recipes full of tips and tricks for managing common MG symptoms while cooking, only at mg-united.com.
Ready? Let's cook.
We all deserve some yay in our day. So say hello to Hello. Hello makes oral and personal care products that add wonder to your routine, like a toothpaste that makes brushing fun for kids. It's called Unicorn Sparkle Toothpaste. It tastes like rainbows and sunshine, works brilliantly, and it's fun. So it's pretty much magic. And for the adults, Hello Anti-Plaque and Whitening Toothpaste, which is just as good, without the unicorns. Visit HelloProducts.com and let Hello add some everyday yay into your life.